2021 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid versus the 2021 Toyota Venza Hybrid. Which of these is the best electrified crossover? That's what we're going to find out. Welcome to Car Help Corner, where we help you, the consumer, master the process of car buying and car ownership. Thanks to their environmental and money-saving benefits, hybrid cars are finally starting to grow in popularity, and we're starting to see a lot more new cars and SUVs that are being offered with hybrid options. Some of these include the Ford Escape, Hyundai Tucson and Hyundai Santa Fe, the Kia Sorento, and the Honda CR-V. Although there are some really good options in that group, the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid is one of the most established crossovers when it comes to hybrid options and has one of the best reputations when it comes to its build quality, reliability, and just overall great design. If you're looking for a well-built, well-designed hybrid crossover, it's an obvious choice and one of the most popular options that I often recommend to my clients shopping for a new car. But the RAV4 Hybrid is not the only hybrid crossover available in the Toyota lineup. The company has introduced the new Venza Hybrid for 2021, which has a lot of similarities with the RAV4. So what are the differences between the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid and the Toyota Venza Hybrid, and which one should you buy? Make sure to stick around to the end of the video because that's what we're going to find out. So why is the RAV4 Hybrid in such high demand? Well, the answer to that is actually pretty clear if you've had a chance to drive one back-to-back with the regular gas model. The major benefit, of course, is fuel economy, because the RAV4 Hybrid is easily able to achieve around 6 liters per 100 kilometers or between 35 and 40 miles per gallon without any trouble at all. By comparison, a regular gas-powered RAV4 can only get around 9 to 10 liters per 100 kilometers in city driving conditions or around 25 miles per gallon. Add up those gas savings over the lifetime of the car over a period of say 5 to 10 years, and there's no question that you're going to save a lot of money on gas by going with the RAV4 Hybrid. Now, in the past, you normally had to pay a pretty heavy price premium in order to get the hybrid version of any Toyota model. But that's not the case anymore, because now the RAV4 Hybrid is only around $1,500 more expensive than the equivalent gas model. That's actually a pretty small price premium to pay, especially when you consider how much money it's going to save you in gas over the long term. Not only is the RAV4 Hybrid a huge money saver and a greener, less polluting car, but it has other benefits in terms of the power and driving experience. The Toyota Synergy Drive hybrid system consists of a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine matched to an electric motor and a CVT transmission that produces a total system output of 219 horsepower. That's more than you get from the regular gas versions, which only produce around 203 horsepower from their 2.5 4-cylinder engines. The result is that you get more power and better performance from the hybrid versions of the RAV4. You also get a quieter, more refined driving experience. Because the hybrid system consists of an electric motor that takes the load off the gasoline engine and even allows it to shut down when it's not needed, the driving experience is actually surprisingly quiet. The regular gas versions of the RAV4 have been criticized for their engine noise, which is especially noticeable at higher speeds when you're demanding more power from the engine. That's definitely not a problem with the RAV4 Hybrid, which does have a much quieter, smoother drivetrain. The best part of the RAV4 Hybrid is probably the fact that it gives you all the benefits of owning an electrified vehicle without any compromises or significant drawbacks. The interior is incredibly spacious with tons of room for your passengers in the back seats and a good-sized cargo area with rear seats that can easily fold flat. Up front, you get good storage space, excellent fit and finish from the materials, and very user-friendly controls. Although the graphics used for the touchscreen infotainment system are not that great, the interface is pretty easy to use overall with a clear menu structure, and it does come compatible with both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The RAV4 Hybrid also offers amazing value for money, especially when compared to other hybrid crossovers on the market. The MSRP ranges from around $33,000 up to around $44,000 depending on which trim level you go with, and you get a lot of features and technology for that price. Every RAV4 comes with a long list of active safety technology as part of Toyota Safety Sense 2.0. This includes valuable features like automatic emergency braking with forward collision warning, lane departure alert, and lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic alerts, and auto high beams. Higher trim levels add extra features like a bird's eye view camera system and rear automatic emergency braking. The result of all that safety technology is a 5-star safety rating from the IIHS, which makes this an incredibly safe choice for a crossover. Unlike the RAV4, which is available in both standard gas versions and hybrid versions, the Toyota Venza is only sold as a hybrid powered model. It uses the exact same platform and hybrid drivetrain from the RAV4, which means you get the same 2.5 four-cylinder engine, electric motor, and 219 horsepower rating. Like the RAV4, you also get a standard electronically controlled all-wheel drive system with an electric motor that powers the rear wheels. Not surprisingly, the Venza Hybrid feels very similar to the RAV4 Hybrid from behind the wheel, with very similar performance and fuel economy. Although there isn't a significant difference between the way these two crossovers feel from behind the wheel, there is a pretty significant difference in terms of design and interior layout. Although both crossovers are a very similar size, the Venza definitely has a more upscale, premium look to it, kind of looking and feeling a bit like an entry-level Lexus SUV. The RAV4 by comparison has a more chiseled, adventurous, even a sportier look to it, especially if you go for the XSC version with the two-tone color schemes. The more premium feeling of the Venza carries over to the interior, where you can definitely tell that Toyota has tried to step things up a notch. Although the overall interior space and cargo space is about the same with the Venza, there are a few unique touches that the Venza has that are both good and not so good. Higher trim levels of the Venza get a 12.3-inch touchscreen infotainment system, which is a lot larger than the one that you get with the RAV4. Other than its larger size, however, there isn't much benefit to what you get with the Venza, especially in terms of its user-friendliness. Unlike the RAV4, which maintains a lot of easy-to-use buttons and tuning knobs for things like the climate controls, tuning and volume control for the radio, the Venza instead uses capacitive touch controls, which are far more finicky and difficult to use. Although you do kind of get used to these modern controls, just having simple buttons and knobs like the RAV4 has would have made things so much easier and more straightforward. I can appreciate, however, that the Venza is going for a more premium look and feel, and that's definitely reflected in some of the unique features that it offers, like the really good head-up display and the Stargaze panoramic glass roof, which can change from a transparent setting to a frosted setting depending on how much light you want it to let through. It's a pretty cool touch and a unique feature that you just don't see in other crossovers. All of these added touches do add to the price because the Venza Hybrid has around a $3,000 to $4,000 price premium over the equivalent RAV4 Hybrid. Whether the added price of the Venza is worth it really just depends on how much you like the exterior or interior design. When it comes to overall practicality, the features and technology that they include, the performance and fuel economy, there really isn't any significant difference between the Venza or the RAV4 Hybrid. Because of its lower overall price point and the fact that there aren't any significant differences between the two, the RAV4 Hybrid is ultimately the better choice and the better value when compared to the Venza. Another huge benefit to the RAV4 is the fact that it's available in a plug-in hybrid version, which is called the RAV4 Prime. The RAV4 Prime uses a much larger, more powerful hybrid drivetrain that produces up to around 302 horsepower, which not only gets you far better performance than the RAV4 Hybrid, but also allows the Prime to drive up to 65 kilometers or 40 miles on pure electricity without using any gas at all. Now, because this is a plug-in hybrid, you do have to plug in and charge the Prime in order to take advantage of that electric range, but because it's considered an electric vehicle, it is eligible for certain government electric vehicle incentives depending on what location you live in. The only major problem with the RAV4 Prime is the fact that it has very limited availability and that most dealerships just don't have them in stock. If you want to get one, ultimately you're going to have to wait a long time. Although the Venza and RAV4 Hybrid do have a bit of an availability issue when compared to other Toyota models, they are much easier to find than the RAV4 Prime. Overall, if you're in the market for a hybrid crossover, you really can't go wrong with choosing one of these two options. Both the RAV4 Hybrid and Venza are extremely well-designed SUVs with amazing performance, fuel economy, and have exceptional reputations when it comes to reliability and low cost of ownership. They are two of my top go-to options for my clients who are shopping for a well-rounded crossover, and they are both amazing choices. Let me know what you think of either the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid or Venza Hybrid, and if you have any suggestions for future car comparison videos or car advice, just leave a comment below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and if you need any additional car advice, recommendations, or help with getting a great deal on your next new car purchase, check out carhelpcanada.com. Their team of experts would be happy to help you out. Thanks for watching, see you next time.